Well, hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Story Time with Miss Debbie. Since yesterday was Easter, and I hope you all had a very happy Easter, today I'm going to read Peter Rabbit. Just a fun little story for after Easter. Hope you guys enjoy it and hope you're enjoying your time off. We sure do miss you guys. Can't wait to see you all. Peter Rabbit. Once there were 4 little bunnies named Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother under a big fir tree. One sunny morning, Mother Rabbit told her little bunnies, "You may go out to play, but be sure to stay out of Mr. McGregor's garden. He does not like little rabbits, and he will come chasing after you." Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail each took a basket, hoping to find some sweet wild blackberries. And Peter thought he looked rather fine in his new blue jacket with the shiny brass buttons. "Run along now," said Mother Rabbit. "I'm going to the baker's," and off she went to buy a loaf of brown bread and 5 cinnamon buns. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were good little bunnies. They always listened to their mother. They went down the lane to look for blackberries. But Peter was a naughty rabbit. He ran down the lane, through the fields, and squeezed under the gate to Mr. McGregor's garden. He could hardly wait to nibble some crunchy radishes and carrots. First, Peter ate some lettuce and green beans. Then he ate some radishes. The carrots were delicious, but the onions were too strong for his taste. When Peter's tummy began to ache, he began to look for some parsley. But at the end of a garden row now, Peter saw Mr. McGregor. The farmer was on his hands and knees planting young cabbages. When Mr. McGregor saw Peter Rabbit, he jumped up and grabbed his rake and chased after the little bunny. "Stop, thief!" shouted Mr. McGregor. Peter was very frightened. He ran through the garden looking for the gate. Where was it? Peter knew he was lost. Poor Peter lost one shoe among the cabbages and the other in the potato patch. Without a shoe, he was able to run much faster. He might have gotten away, but the shiny brass buttons on his new blue jacket tangled in a gooseberry net. The only way Peter could get free of the net was to wriggle out of his new blue jacket and leave it behind. Peter began to cry. He would never find his way home. Peter had no time to feel sorry for himself. Mr. McGregor was not far behind. Hop, jump! Peter rushed into the tool shed and jumped inside a watering can. It would have been a good place to hide had it not been half full of water. Mr. McGregor was sure Peter was hiding in the shed. Quietly and carefully he began turning over flower pots, looking under each one for the naughty little rabbit. Kerchoo! Peter sneezed, and Mr. McGregor was after him again. Peter leaped out the window. Mr. McGregor was too tired to chase the little rabbit any longer. He went back to his work in the garden. Peter sat down to rest. He was shaking with fear, and he was out of breath. A little mouse scampered past him. Peter asked her the way to the gate, but she had a large pea in her mouth and could not answer. So Peter wandered across the garden to a fish pond. There a white cat sat very still, staring at the goldfish swimming in the pond. Peter had been warned about cats. He decided not to ask her the way to the gate. At last Peter climbed into a wheelbarrow for a better look around. There it was, just across the garden. Beyond Mr. McGregor was the gate. Peter ran to the gate as fast as he could and slid underneath to safety. Mr. McGregor could not catch him now. Peter did not stop running until he reached his home beneath the big fir tree. Mother Rabbit was busy cooking. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail were having a supper of bread, milk, and blackberries. Peter was too tired to eat. He flopped down on the soft sand floor and went to sleep. Peter's mother tucked him into his bed and gave him a dose of chamomile tea, 1 tablespoon to be taken at bedtime. Mother Rabbit watched Peter sleep. She wondered where he had lost his little shoes and his new blue jacket with the shiny brass buttons. Only Mr. McGregor knew where Peter's clothes were. He had hung them up like a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds away from his garden. Well, that's the end. I hope you guys enjoyed it.